So when I was a kid, I used to love building sandcastles and stuff. So come home, I'd build sandcastles with my grandpa, and then mom took the urn away. So welcome back to the Footy Fetish Show.
Wrong for this one.
The fetish is real and the footy is soccer, and the jokes keep getting fucking worse. Ladies and gents, we're back to break down some Champions League. As we've been breaking it down group by group with a couple of drafts here and there. By the way, are we gonna keep track of how they're doing and look back at how we drafted these groups?
Of course, that would be awesome. I should totally do that.
Yeah, see who did well.
Yeah, fuck yeah, that's a great idea. Okay,
on the sticky note, hang it on your door.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
I'd be happy to help with that.
Twali. I've got. They're all documented here.
All right.
Yeah, for you folks that don't know, if you're just tuning in just for this group, we've been doing a little mini draft. We pick a player for each position, and we're gonna see how it pans out at the end. Ocho, what group we doing?
Yeah, back on the mic. We're doing Group H. Twali, glad to have you on the show. We had to get our PSG pundit on the show, as well as our Juventus pundit, as well as our very own Mike Daddy, the Juve fan. Very excited. Twali, welcome back to the Footy Fetish Group H show. How's it going?
Going good, fellas. Always a pleasure to be back.
Right. Love having you, as always. Great perspective, great knowledge, so much history. Getting into this group very easily. It's PSG, Juve, Benfica, and then some Israeli team, Maccabi Haifa. Good luck. Glad you're here. Do your best to swap some jerseys with either Neymar, Messi, or Mbappe. You got 2 opportunities. Take advantage, Maccabi Haifa, because I doubt you'll be back in the Champions League. But anyway, let's get into it. We're going to rank this group. Booty, why don't you go first here with this group ranking?
You already know, baby. We'll go from fourth to first.
Ooh,
our boys, Haifa. Congratulations for making it here. It's been fun. We will have 911 on speed dial for you for probably all these matches. Keep that soundbite for when they beat Juve. But I keep wanting to say Heifer as well. I keep wanting to call him fat, but Haifa. All right. So they're going to stay in fourth. Man, I like the up and up, especially what Benfica did last year, especially the Liverpool. People forget about it because Liverpool ended up just, advancing anyway. But I'm going to leave them in third. And I'm going to do PSG in second, Juve first.
Holy fuck, man.
It's a tough call. Obviously, we know where my heart lies, but also this is important to keep in mind. We were talking about this before the show. Juve has not looked that great so far. Still haven't lost yet. But there's a guy who's coming back in September whose name rhymes with Fiesa. And if you need any lube to get ready for this, to see how it's going to be, him and my boy Vla up top, they've done this before. They've been together before. Get your YouTube on. Get the coconut oil out. It's gonna be hot. So I can't wait to see them finally together again. I think that's gonna have a nice ripple effect. Also, Di Maria had a little injury knock, came back last match. Didn't start, but he was brought on at second half, I think. So he was looking great, scored in his first match as well. So I'm thinking once we get those 3 going, man, that's gonna be sexy. And PSG, of course, always dangerous. They're always gonna be there. I kind of had the same feeling last year with Juve was kind of looking shaky with them being in the same group as Chelsea. And then Juve end up whooping Chelsea's ass. So, I'm liking where we're at. I think Allegri's going to get the minds right before Champions League comes up. And then we get Chiesa back, hopefully, for this match. They said September, and they said they weren't going to rush him back. So we'll see where he's at. But he's on track. So backline look a little shaky. I think Twali will probably touch on that a little bit too. At one point, last match, I was telling Hugh, the Neo was fucking center back at one point, so that got a little scary. So with that being said, that's what I got for you, man.
Man, I gotta add real quick. You glazed over Chiesa and Vlahovic playing together. I completely forgot they were at Fiorentina together.
That's right.
Completely forgot about that.
So I'm saying, get the towels,
Yeah.
Go ahead. That's my porn right now, man.
Woo.
Just can't wait to see
Vlahovic.
that again.
Vlahovic's success was due to Chiesa, and Chiesa's success was due to Vlahovic. The two of them, man, you forget about that. Holy fuck, that's going to be fun to watch.
I've been thinking at every match that I've actually caught. I've caught them here and there. The few that there have been so far, and I gotta flip my boner up in the waistband because I just keep thinking about it. So,
did you say Rabona? I think.
all
Rabona.
this talk's been giving me a Rabona. Chiesa and Vlahovic again. Oh,
Twali, you go next. I want to see who you have here in your top three. So go ahead with the Group H ranking.
Before I get started, I have to say that that Haifa is gonna get a couple of good vacations in Paris, Turin, and Lisbon.
Yeah, dog.
They're gonna be eating pizza. They're gonna be drinking port wine in Portugal.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a couple of snails and croissants in Paris. I hope these boys enjoy it because they might not get a point out of this group. That's all I'm gonna say.
Damn. I'm gonna write that down. No points for Haifa.
I don't know. I'm not smelling it. Maybe Benfica might drop one or something, but I don't see it. I could see them fucking taking a big old
Big old stinker.
Going next. I like the spice, but I think Benfica is gonna be playing the Europa. They're gonna let the big dogs handle business in the Champions League. It's a damn shame because Benfica has a lot of history. Also, I should add, we talked about this before we kicked off, but Juve and Benfica both have players that are loaned out from PSG. So there's gonna be a lot of guys playing against their old teams, either trying to prove a point or just, old alliances. There's going to be something interesting going on, but I'll put Benfica in third. As much as it hurts me to say this, because both these teams are teams that are very dear to my heart. Juve, the old lady, is going to play second fiddle to the Parisian newcomers. And that's my verdict.
I'm going to be honest. That's exactly my picks right there. I think, Juve is going to bring it, right? They always seem to turn it up a notch in Champions League for whatever reason. The old lady just hangs around and just loves to compete in this. We saw it last year when Juve played Chelsea, had a horrible start to the season, and then they beat Chelsea. And you're like, okay, wow. It was all due to Chiesa, of course. He was the one that they leaned on, but
that was an amazing goal too.
Yeah, left foot, top 90, right in front of the keep. Whew. And I'm pretty sure Chiesa broke the clean sheet record of Mendy. I think he was on a roll for clean sheets.
Could be. And it was also it was right off a kickoff. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah, second half. It was like 46 minutes.
Kickoff.
I think they played him a through ball, and he was like, "Oh, I see the space. Okay, I'll take it. No problem." And he just
was pissed.
Yeah, that was a great goal. I'm a little nervous, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about Juventus here. I'm a little nervous. They lost Chiellini. And it looks like Szczesny is also down for the count. I think he got injured recently. Booty's over there clapping. I'm with you. He's very shaky, and especially last year, he had a horrible start to Champions League and the league. But he's just he's a vet, So it's going to be interesting. There's a lot of new player rotations going on. They still have Danilo, they still have Rabiot and Cuadrado, but Vlahovic came in midway through last season. He's essentially hasn't even had a year under his belt. Keane's been bouncing around, so it looks like he got the start. We're going to see if he can catch his form. Locatelli, was he a mid-season signing, or he was preseason? So he's at least got a year. Moretti, young, he's got a year, so he's only got 1 year. He's still a youngster. Moretti, young player. I don't even know who Gatti is.
No,
I don't even know who this guy is.
I've never seen him. I don't even watch his team.
Bremer, though, I really like Bremer from Torino. Milan was rumored to get him. I was very excited that we were at least rumored to have him because he had a phenomenal season. I think he was center back of the league last year. I think he got that award. So
he made some plays this match too.
Yeah, fuck. He's just a great player. And then with the news of Szczesny being out, I believe his name is Mattia Perin. man, so glad this guy is finally getting the opportunity. He got loaned out to Genoa like a season or two ago and had a fucking kick-ass season, did really well, and then came back and sat the bench behind Szczesny. Might have gotten in a few times. He is a phenomenal goalkeeper. I hope he steals that spot from Szczesny moving forward, because Szczesny for me is just, he's such a sketch player. You never feel comfortable with him back there. I'm just being honest, man. I'm not even a Juve fan. I just
no. I'm laughing because, first of all, I want to apologize. I don't think it's funny when anybody gets hurt, but I'm pretty sure that he broke his foot going. You have to see the play. It is the most typical Szczesny shit where he goes up for a ball. He goes to grab it and whiffs at it and just lands on his foot and immediately just grabs his foot. So the ball is like just, still just in the box.
I feel like I saw this.
Whiffs.
Like, he didn't even make the save, and then he's like looking at the ref on the ground, like waving, like, I'm really hurt. Please stop the game.
I was texting you about it, and I meant to text you too, Twali, and just be like, dude, Szczesny just did the most Szczesny shit ever, and I'm pretty sure he just broke his foot or his ankle or something.
I think what game I was watching when that one was on. I think they played when Arsenal was playing.
Yes, that's right.
It might have been that,
Yeah, yes. There was a bigger game on at the same time.
There it is. I just zoomed right into that.
Right when he fucked his joint up.
God, that was.
But the good thing is that Perin is a more than adequate backup.
Without a doubt. Oh my God, Szczesny.
He didn't even get off the ground. He barely got off the ground.
Talk about fumbling the bag here. Oh, he landed on his toe.
Even the announcers thought that he was faking the injury because he was embarrassed. And they were like, oh, oops. He's really hurt.
It's crazy how these guys will make the most incredible top 90 save, and then fuck it, it's the little shit. Like De Gea is the most perfect example of this, dude. Homie will who was it? Was it Madison they were playing? It was like Leicester, Man U. De Gea went up to the top corner, took this thing up top corner, but he will fucking let who was it? Brentford drop 4 goals on him on some fucking silly shit. Oh, come on, Tech.
Well, you remember when people were saying that De Gea might go to Juve, and I'm like, what would be the difference? What would be the difference of what we have now?
Same, bro.
It's the same shit.
Except De Gea is getting paid 300 or 400 a week or some stupid shit like that.
Yep.
Got money like that. Got money along like that.
Now, we've been talking a lot about Juve here. It would be foolish of us to not mention the domination that's been going on in Ligue 1 with PSG. Just steamrolling the competition. They're currently in first place. They've got 4, 9, 14, 21, 22, 25 goals. They've scored 25 goals in the last 6 games. That's fucking incredible. I mean, it's not even close. The only game that was close was Monaco, 1-1.
And last game to lose, the other team's keeper, I think, should have got a good score. He had like 7 saves, I want to say.
I mean, that's 3-0. You got a 7-8. That's pretty solid. And the center back got a clearance off the line. Looking at this team, though, I mean, you got the strongest front 3 in the world. I don't think there's a better front 3, at least on paper. And I can certainly say that the amount of goals and assists they've been getting is it's dumb. Like, as far as fantasy, the 3 of us are going to pick all 3 of those guys first. If you don't, like,
it'd be silly.
It'd be silly. Like, it's going to be those 3, and then we're going to go attack, Juventus and maybe Benfica. But I really like the
death, man. Yeah. Triangle of death right there.
I really like the additions that they've made to this team.
Yeah.
Mukiele was a really good pickup. Vitinha was a really good pickup.
He's really impressed me.
Yes, he really has. And then Renato Sanchez?
Yeah.
And it's like he had his way with Chelsea last year when Leo played Chelsea. There's a great little clip that just shows all of his touches. I was very excited for Milan to get him. Unfortunately, he was set on PSG, and good for him. More money, better players. So Messi, it's not every day you get to play with Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. So, I think I would have done that as well. Can't forget. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I think the argument might be that so far at PSG, he's been coming off the bench. Maybe at Milan, he would have been a starter, you never know that. But maybe he saw that and thinks there's a better chance of getting a shot at the Champions League from where he's at. I think it's that, and the pay is a compromise. Obviously, these pros make that we all know about. But if he wanted playing time, I think Milan would have been a better choice for him.
I agree, but at the same time, Benacer and Tonali are they're locked in as the starters. So unless we shifted our formation to a 3-man midfield,
yeah, because
he would have been.
Huh?
Yeah, he would have been rotating in. So I mean, he saw the style that we play, and he's like, I'm not really going to come in and start. If I'm not going to come in and start, I might as well do the same thing at PSG and play with fucking Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe and get that bag. I like this move a lot because we said it in many episodes. This season is going to be all about your depth because as we just saw in this week, teams had games on Saturday, then on Tuesday, then on Saturday, and then we're going back into Champions League Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah. This is 4 games in a matter of like 10 to 14 days. That's insane.
And to add to that, the fact that the World Cup is coming means that the group stage is going to end like in November or something, whereas
that's right.
It goes all the way till like December.
That's right.
So they're going to be between the cup play that they probably have in their usual leagues, league play, Champions League. These players are going to be packed. And I think bigger picture, we're already thinking about it and talking about it, but some of these guys are going to show up to the World Cup like wrecked from just being overplayed. You're going to see some crazy injuries. It's a terrible timing for a World Cup. It really is.
We'll see. I think it could be a balance of both. When I took my coaching license, they asked the question to the class, what player would you rather have? Would you rather have a player that's played 3 games in 2 weeks or a player that's played no games in 2 weeks? Who would you rather have playing on your team?
3 games.
And it's the 3 games in 2 weeks. Because what's going on is that player is conditioned for 90 minutes and his heart rate and his muscles and everything is peaking. And it was a really good point because you don't think about this stuff. Now, what's important and the thing that you don't think about is the recovery. And that's something that they opened our eyes up to, which is in between the games, how are you resting and recuperating your players? Are you just taking a total dead day? And they showed a graph to where it was like time and growth of the player. And essentially, if you just let the player rest, they actually drop in their ability. So you want to do this balance of we're still going to have training, but the intensity is going to be less. So I imagine these teams, because there's so many games back to back to back to back to back, their practices are way less intense because there's no need to ramp up the intensity in between games because the frequency of games is so high. So we could see Neymar. We could see Neymar in the best form of his life because he's only going through half of a season as opposed to an entire full season, having that like week or two and then getting into the World Cup. So I agree with you. A lot of these players are going to be wrecked, but we could also see some players on some really good form heading into the World Cup.
The flip side of this is how are they going to, because usually by the time these players are getting ready to go to the Euro or the World Cup or the the Copa America, whatever they're playing in, their league play is already settled. It's done.
Right. Yes.
Right now, they're about to be going into this with a lot of league games that are really important. And I wonder if we're going to see players that take less chances just so they don't risk missing the World Cup. Because that's once every 4 years, and what's fucking playing to lose as opposed to like playing for Brazil against, I don't know, Argentina or Italy or nope, not Italy. I shouldn't make that joke.
Dun, dun, dun. I do agree with you.
It's a damn shame Italy's missing the World Cup.
Yeah. That situation you're talking about now, it's like Pogba's smacking that situation right now.
He's made his decision based on the World Cup. That's a great point, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's an injury. Let's just break that down. There's an injury to Pogba right now. And if the World Cup wasn't going on, the obvious move would be go get surgery, do the rehab, finish the second half of the season. But because there's a World Cup, the timing of that, he would essentially miss the World Cup. So what is Pogba doing? He's electing to not have the surgery. He's trying to rehab his knee, get his muscles as strong as he can, and then get in shape for the World Cup, which
very risky.
It's very risky, and it could pay off for him in the World Cup and then hurt Juventus, or vice versa. But
what we going to?
Yeah, it's like you can't even be mad at him for that decision,
And we got to look back to Qatar deciding that hosting the World Cup in the summer was going to be too hot, so let's move it to December. It's like dumb. Like, why? I mean,
only gonna be 98 instead of 110.
Right?
What do you fucking do?
Yeah, I mean, and guess what? They're still going to have water breaks, guaranteed.
Yeah,
it's going to be
they're gonna be sunny.
Chesney.
The fucking desert.
Yeah. I've heard that they are making some really good attempts to keep the inside of the stadiums cool, and it's just going to be a challenge because you've got this giant hole in the top of your stadium, so all of this cold air is just going to.
Dude, watch them just fucking hook a bunch of fucking sprinklers to the roof of stadiums and just fucking miss motherfuckers as they're running through the field.
I bet it would the water would evaporate by the time it fell down.
It would just make this field more humid, if anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which they probably would not appreciate.
We'll see.
Okay, so this has been great. I want to get to the draft. I'm really excited about it. This is going to be a fun draft because it's only going to be, I guess we'll look at some Benfica players, but
it'll be a quick one.
So Ntwali, because you went last in the previous one, you now get to go first. So you get the first overall pick in this draft.
Oh boy, you're really fucking with my heart here. I
love this.
You can't go against the numbers, man. Give me Neymar.
Damn it, man! Come on!
I knew you wanted him. Take him. I know you love Neymar. I'll take Mbappe.
I was gonna say, man, Ntwali, put
give me Kylian.
I was gonna take Mbappe if you didn't take him.
Give me Kylian. Okay. I'll back my man.
All right, Booty. I think you can go. Everybody knows who I'm picking. Give me the Brazilian Neymar.
Man, Ntwali, I was gonna tell you, man. Just look, put all your love aside, put PSG, put Juve aside. Just fuck you over and pick Neymar. All right?
No, I did it because I wanted to. Honestly, dude, Hugh knows I have had some views about his
maturity.
Let's call it commitment.
Oh.
I think there was a period of time where I can't tell when it was. Maybe 2019 is when it changed for him, but he always seemed like he was like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Like he was getting injured, not really looking like he was like rushing to get back. This year, though, he has proved me wrong in so many ways. The fucking guy is sliding for tackles. He's pressing when the team is winning 5 or 6-0. He looks like he wants it. And maybe that's because Messi, his good buddies there. Maybe that's because they try to fucking sell him and didn't talk to him about it. But whatever it was, it just fucking spiked something in him. And he's a different man. He really is. He's his intensity, that grit, which is, I think, like we've talked about this, Hugh, grit is one of those things that I think can make up for a lack of skills. And when you already have the skill, it just takes you so far. And Neymar has been solid for us.
I got to ask you to follow up on that. Do you think Gaultier has been a factor in Neymar's intensity?
Yes. I think not just Neymar, but the whole team. I think the whole team just looks so, and it's crazy because I've been saying this, apart from the new guys that they all just added, the bulk or like the main spine of this team are the same guys that Pochettino could barely get to fucking score 2 goals in the same game.
Wow.
So maybe it's like a work ethic thing. Maybe he just fucking lit a fire under them, but there is something, they're relentless when you watch him play now, and it's great.
I agree with a lot of what you said. The coach and his energy and his passion and his philosophy rubs off a lot on players more than people really appreciate. And I think Booty, I'm going to give you a little shout out. Booty always commented on Pochettino whenever we would compare Pochettino to Pep Guardiola, to restaurant managers. Pep Guardiola was the manager that was there every single day from opening to close, micromanaging everything. And Pochettino would show up at the end of the night and say, hey, how's it going? Shake hands with the customers, and he'd leave. Those are the two styles. And Pochettino's works. He's more of it feels like he's a laid back kind of coach, more of a friendlier coach. And Gaultier, it seems he's more of a let's fucking destroy every opponent. We
I think as a player, you get that energy. You like
yes. Yeah.
you get that sense of urgency
Yes.
from the coach,
Yes.
and it fucking drives you.
Yes.
If you're like, say, lost or confused, because I'm thinking back to when PSG would just be fucking dominating the possession, but they don't have a way to break the other team down. So a dude like Neymar probably look at the bench and be like, what are we thinking here? And if his coach is fucking cross-legged, just fucking tucked in like Pochettino has looked, you don't get that energy, you don't get that drive. Gautier, what I've noticed is the team will score 1, 2, 3. He won't cheer the goals, but he'll be standing up on the sideline just fucking giving pointers, pointing people to where they're going. I mean, it's a small sample size, but I think he's done well so far.
Ntwali, let's look. I mean, small sample size. We've got an entire season of him at Lille where they won the league. Gaultier is capable. He's capable of taking a group of players and taking them all the way. Granted, I think he had a little disagreement with Lille, so they sent him out to Nice.
Mm-hmm.
And Nice has got a nice little project going on, but I'm really glad that
I'm really glad and really high up in the league too. I think
they did. I think Nice is actually in European play. If I had to take a guess, I think they're either in Europa or conference. Don't quote me on that, viewers.
Yeah,
but
I can see that too, though.
Gaultier, I'm really glad they went with Gaultier, and I think that had a lot to do with Mbappe bringing in Luis Campos, and Luis Campos going, dude, trust me, get Gaultier in here. And so far, it's really looking like it's paid off. I was really high on Zidane. And
I think they also really wanted him. They just couldn't lock it down. I think he's waiting for the French team job. But Gaultier is a great choice. I mean, people have been saying that they're gone away from the French culture. So bringing in a French coach is definitely gonna help them out.
He was gonna owe me
and I'm laughing. Yeah, I'm laughing now.
World.
Yeah, I'm laughing because as soon as you said that, Booty, his ears perked up because he and I made a bet last season. And I was like, dude, it's Zidane. Zidane's the coach. And he's like, no, Zidane's going to coach the French team. And I'm like, nah, how could you pass up with Neymar and Messi and Mbappe? And he's like, I bet you a lunch. And I'm like, okay, fine. So it's looking like Booty's going to get that free lunch here.
It's going to be a good lunch, too.
Yeah.
Think of all the jobs he could have taken, because I think the Man U job would have been there for him if he wanted it.
That's right.
But what other big ones are there? He probably maybe not Madrid, because I think Ancelotti.
Not Madrid. But
Juve, definitely. Allegri. I mean, that would definitely dump him right away if they were fucking Zidane was knocking at the door. So I think he really wants to turn down Messi and Neymar and Mbappe. He wants something for sure.
Yeah. And I think national team coaching I think that's very coveted in the coaching community, to be able to say I coached a nation in a Euro or in a World Cup. I think that's on the same level.
Heard, and why it would make sense for him to want the French job is at Madrid, it was just him and Perez. There was no he was almost like director of football. He could pick who comes in, who leaves, everything that's in the background for Madrid. He might not have had the title, but you could tell that he had enough to say about the team. Whereas coming into PSG, he wasn't really sure what the Qatari owners are going to do, what El Khalifi is going to do, who Leonardo. I've heard there's some people Leonardo, so that would have been a shitty situation. Maybe he just didn't want all that drama.
And that's fair. And to add on to that point, Luis Campos, you know exactly what you're getting with him. He's got just a laundry list of players that he's ready to go and pick. And he got those in right away. Renato Sanchez, Vitinha, boom, boom, boom. Okay, we're good. I'm ready for the season. It's like, dang. Really great. Thank you for dropping those gems in there, Ntwali. Booty,
for sure, fellas.
You were on the clock, my friend.
I can't wait till that Mandina's dinner, that seafood platter. Pep's going to be in there, after hours rolling silverware. Pochettino's going to come shake our hand and dip. So I got 2 picks, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Give me Messi and give me Vlahovic.
Damn.
He's about that business.
About to get rude.
Yeah, that hurts. You know what? I'm gonna go with Hakimi.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
All right.
And you've got 2 picks here, Ntwali.
Yes, sir. I will take the Angel Di Maria.
Di Maria. That's a really good pick.
And I'll take Nuno Mendes.
Ah, nice.
Nuno Mendes.
All right. I'm going to go for a midfielder here. I got to go with my boy, Verratti. Just it's clinic.
Marco. I know he wants Cuadrado.
I was about to say, that's exactly what I'm thinking of. Where's he at?
Yes, I know he was Cuadrado.
Wally knew right away.
Yep. Great minds, you know?
You want to put him on? Put him on the board?
Yeah, let's do it, dude. Let's do it. Because I was like, man, either Cuadrado, and then I was like, man, do I want to take a chance on somebody different? Nah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do our boy, dude. Let's put Cuadrado on there for me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, where is he on this list?
Cuadrado?
That's who I was looking for when you were scrolling down.
You see?
Because I wanted to see what you got him as.
That was a little further. No.
Pretty much everything. Sweet.
Defender, midfielder, forward.
Right. I'm gonna go. I might use him as a defender, but
Okay.
Let's see.
That works.
Let me do shit. Let me do João Mario. Let's do that.
From Benfica.
João.
João.
Yow.
Wow.
All right, and that is a midfielder. Let's see. Jesus, Neymar's got 7 goals and 6 assists.
And they've been fucking good as goals too. Like,
yeah. You know what? I'm gonna take a flyer here. Give me Chiesa.
I was thinking about that too, and I was like, is he gonna get in there and play?
I'm gonna reach.
I was waiting.
The one thing that I guess as like someone that wants PSG and Juve to do well in this group, and I think obviously for these two, like figuring out who's gonna be top is gonna be how they do against the Benficas and the Haifas of this world.
Right.
So I think PSG and Juve only play each other in the first game and the last game. So if Chiesa misses the first one, which is more than likely because he hasn't played a single minute, and they play on Tuesday, the next time he plays PSG is going to be game 6 when it's probably already decided. So I'm not worried about him killing PSG for me, but I would hope for him to do really well in the other games.
I dig that.
All about Paredes.
All right, sir. Who are your next 2 picks here?
It's me. I will take give me a little Vitinha in the middle.
All right.
Was it Victor Ferreira? Is that what it says for him there, or is it Vitinha?
Vitor Ferreira, that's him.
And then let's see, I got 1 for Juve, right? And then I think I got 3 from PSG. Let me see a little Juve action. I want to see if I could pick up from there. I'll take Kostic.
Kostic. Oh,
I'll get a couple assists there. I'm hoping.
I was looking at Locatelli.
Yeah.
Just because
the thing is, I don't know if he gets stats like that. I think he's good at play build up, but I don't know if he gets like the assists and goals that like people that play. That's the problem with like people that play fantasy and will get like a center, like a regista. In the play, they're really influential, but in fantasy, it's like slim pickings.
So I'll let you know, the fantasy scoring has been updated to actually
so performance over like stats.
It's going to be more in-depth stats, and I'll share that at the end of after the podcast. We've got a category that we call playmaker stats, and it goes into the specific type of pass that's being made. So you have smart passes, you have forward passes, progressive passes, passes into the final third. These are passes that we call playmaker passes because they help unlock defenses for the attacking team. It makes what's that?
Locatelli definitely has those.
Yeah. So, and I mean, we didn't talk about this, but we're just highlighting the players that we believe will be very influential throughout this group stage. So I feel like Locatelli could be that kind of player. I'm also looking at Federico
David
Gatti.
Harris.
You know, he looks like he's getting minutes. He's got 90 here. David Neres for Benfica. He's been showing up. He scored a crucial goal in the qualifying. Oh, funny enough, with Benfica, Sergio Aguero reached out to Nicolas Otamendi and publicly and said something like, "Hey, I know you're in Messi's group and I know it's the group stage, but I swear to God, if you injure Messi ahead of the World Cup, I'm going to fucking kill you." Like said this publicly.
I think this is it. I think it's this is it.
Yeah.
I think it might be Gonzalo Ramos that I'm thinking of.
Gonzalo Ramos, yeah.
I've heard good things about him.
I tell you what, my buddy and I are trying to sign him in So Rare because I had Anthony so the way it works in So Rare, and just a little quick side, they have different leagues that you compete in. And one of the leagues is called Challenger Europe. And that includes all of the teams outside of the Big Five. So the Dutch league, the Portuguese league, the Belgian league. Anthony was my starting forward because he's in the Dutch league. Now that he's moved over to England, I can't use Anthony in my Challenger Europe. So I need to find a new Challenger forward. I've actually been eyeing Gonzalo Ramos because, as you can see here, he's got 2 goals and assists. I need to draft a defender and a midfielder. You know what? I'm going to go with Bremer. Just give me Bremer.
That's what I was thinking of.
There we go. And Booty with the final pick of the Group H draft. Who you got? You want me to pull up all the teams here?
Pull up PSG for me.
Yeah, you're looking at defenders here.
Oh, he needs a defender, huh?
Well, I mean, we've picked essentially everybody that's ahead of the, we got the 3 forwards, you got the entire midfield. It's now all you got is Marquinhos, Sergio, and Kimpembe. That's really all that's left.
Yeah, I was gonna do I'm gonna do Marquinhos.
My
boy Ramos might fall apart on me.
I tell you what, Marquinhos is a great pick. He always seems to score goals in Champions League at like the most opportune times too.
I've had him one of the times that we did it. He did really well for me. He did really well for me on possession, actually passes.
Yes. That's going to be – I'm really interested to see how this playmaker addition to the total 90 scoring, how it affects the actual scoring matrix, because I haven't tested it yet. I just went through and tweaked it. There's going to be other stats as well, it's called second assist and third assist. It's like hockey. So let's say Booty scores a goal. I passed it to Booty and Ntwali passed it to me. Ntwali, you would get the second assist. And then let's say there's another guy. He passes it to you. You pass it to me. I pass it to Booty. The guy that passed it to you, he would get the third assist. And then on top of that, I would also get another stat, which is a shot assist. So if I pass it to somebody and they shoot, I also get playmaker points because I've created that opportunity. So it's going to be really –
passes are going to be way more important than they've been.
Yes, and it should be. Right? I don't think it should be locked into just a completed pass as 0.1, or in other words, 10 passes equals a point. The type of pass should be graded. If I give a pass into the box and that opens up another pass that scores a goal, I mean, I was the one that got that ball into the box, or you were in the example that we used with the 3 of us, you unlocked the goal by passing it to me and then I was able to pass it to Booty. You should get rewarded, not just as pass. It's no, that was a really good fucking pass that Ntwali found to me that led to a goal. So it's going to be really interesting. I'm very excited to see how the scoring matrix works out. And if it's too complicated or if people are like, oh, this is cool, I like this. But Booty, you want to give us a closeout here, maybe do some shout outs?
Let's do it. You want to start us off, you?
Yes, I'm going to give a shout out to my So Rare team. I have them sitting here in the background. These are my boys. I've been meaning to cut them out and put them on little pegs here so that I can place them around and make some teams. This guy right here is someone I'm very excited about.
The Ketelera?
The Ketelera. So they have a website where you can set warnings on players. And I put a warning on him. If he drops below a certain price, send me a notification. So last year, his form had dropped. The price the price went way down, and I was like, fucking buy them. And I bought them, and then all the rumors started to appear that Milan were going for them. And I'm like, yo, holy fuck. Like, I'm on the same brainwave as Milan right now. But anyway, Ntwali, who's your shout out?
My shout out is going to be to two very special gentlemen, the Hugh and the Booty. I think you guys don't get enough fucking appreciation for the love of foodie that you guys give a lot of people. So today it's gonna be to the two boys.
Appreciate
Thank
that.
you, man. Thank you. Got to do the heart. We got one last night, but we won't tell Ghana Joe. Yours was better.
Oh, he beat me to it. God damn.
We got 2 in 2 days. You were on fire. My shout out today is for a gentleman. His name is Dr. Andrew Weiss. He is a professor at Southern Mississippi University of Southern Mississippi. Took his classes. He's an awesome guy. You can Google him. I've read his books. The History Channel calls him. No lie. He's been on a couple documentaries. He has a PhD in World War II as well as Vietnam history. You know, because one PhD wasn't enough. He looks like Colonel Sanders. He's fucking awesome. One of my favorite classes ever. But the reason I'm shouting him out is because he used to open every class with a joke. And the joke I'm going to tell you guys to close this one out, it's a nice dirty joke, and I'm going to try to remember all of it. Here it goes. So, there's this girl named Gabby, and she used to love to date athletes, right? You know, athletes wear the Letterman jackets, right? Well, she didn't know this, but messed around with her date, and she had an allergic reaction to the wool on the Letterman, right? So her friend saw it. And she's like, "Oh my god!" She's like, "So you're dating that wrestler from Michigan, huh?" She goes, "No, I was dating that girl from Wisconsin." It's been the Footy Fetish Show where the fetish is real and the footy is soccer, and the jokes keep getting worse.